funny?
Yeah.
The best thing I read was a reporter asked why was the U.S. so involved in this? Why did they care, essentially? Because it's not really like a thing that matters. It's a fucking shitty sport. And they're like, well, it involved like American money. I just love that somebody finally had the balls. It's like, why do we care?
Yeah, no kidding.
Who gives a shit?
Because Qatar's getting it over an American city, which is the dumbest thing.
Who gives a shit?
I know. I don't care.
Good.
I'm glad it's not here.
Please.
I don't need any wannabes who love soccer to
Didn't we
say
just
shit.
have it a few years ago?
No,
Too soon,
I don't know.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's either watch a soccer game or watch these guys get arrested. So
I'd rather watch them get arrested.
Hell
This
yeah.
has been way more exciting
yeah.
than any fucking soccer game. So, anyways, that's all. Oh, I guess wasn't there another don't give a fuck story? I guess no. Let's move on then.
Him by music.
Body's ready, my heart's on fire. I'm gonna push it over the wire.
More Gash has entered the chat room.
It is the rash of gas.
It is.
Yeah.
UFC 187 was 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago at this point. I wasn't here last week to give you all my golden, sultry voice.
You were
to tell
missed.
you of the UFC 187. But there was something great that happened. That I think you pulled the clip, correct?
I'm gonna need a minute, so
Okay,
please.
no, I'll practice it.
I'm sure he'll take at least.
I'll go bottom to top. So the first fight of the night was
on the bottom, though, right?
Oh, always. And now that Jenner's a woman, but still has the balls.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Anyway, so Joseph Benavidez at 125 pounds defeated John Moraga. A nice, he won 30-27, but it was one of those 30-27s where he won every round, but it was nice and competitive the whole time. So he inches one step closer to another title shot. He's already lost twice to Demetrius Johnson, so he really has to do a lot to get there. Andrei Arlovsky in one of the wildest rounds of MMA fighting I've ever seen.
Wildest round in the wilderness.
He knocked out
You're welcome.
Oh, I love that ride. Big Thunder. Travis Brown.
From down under.
That's right. Travis Brown got demolished for almost the whole round against Andrei Arlovsky. He was getting his ass beat, but his chin is so strong that even
your nuts couldn't.
Yeah, even I couldn't knock him out. It took Arlovsky the whole round to knock him out, and he almost got knocked out by one punch at one point during the round.
Oh, shit.
I suggest anybody that can hack into UFC servers to go watch that or buy their Fight Pass and go watch that fight. It's worth it.
Option A.
Or MMATKO.com.
That's
is that one?
Oh,
of
you
those?
didn't hear that?
I don't think UFC.
Who said that?
I think UFC stopped them.
Oh, did they?
I used to go there all the time.
Oh, those bastards.
See, they took down a few of those websites.
Yeah, they've taken down all the big ones.
Yeah.
So you kind of probably have to find like a Chinese or Japanese site.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
Oh man, I can't
Sorry.
even hack into my own house when I go home at night.
I don't know my password.
It's because your wife's Asian and smarter than you. Can't beat the Asians. They're smarter than all of us.
Oh, man.
Donald Cerrone wins his 8th fight in a row and finally gets a title shot as he
Wow.
defeats John McDessie. He'll vie for the lightweight title of the world against the champion Fiel Dos Anjos later on this year. Finally, getting to the two main event fights. Chris Weidman battled Vitor Belfort for the middleweight title. Vitor Belfort, who can no longer take testosterone, and it showed. He was
That's a shame.
much smaller than he was in the last fight. You could see the stretch marks on his shoulders, like from where
Oh,
he was
man.
plump before.
Wow.
It was disgusting.
You
how
could
much
see
smaller he was.
in his little shorts
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
he used to fill it out,
Yeah,
and now he doesn't.
yeah. He now has
No
he-
erection
He,
during
used
the-
to not.
Yeah.
He used to not fill it out. Now his balls have come back.
Oh.
because he stopped
welcome
taking
back.
steroids.
He had a healthy pouch of genitalia.
That's right. That's right.
a healthy pouch.
But that healthy patch did not help him in his fight. He did have a nice flurry within the first minute of the
In his
fight,
pants.
but as soon as Chris Weidman took all the punches that Vitor had for him and just stared him down afterwards,
Ooh.
took him down, and Vitor basically gave up. A guy who's a black belt on the ground showed no signs of being able to get up from the ground against Chris Weidman, as Weidman just punished him with ground and pound before finally the referee saved Vitor Belfort
With his
there.
package pouch.
Yeah, it was funny because Vitor had a full package pouch. Vitor Belfort had a cross etched into his hair on the side, and people were making jokes that it looked more like a needle than a cross. in his testosterone days.
No, it was to bless Tebow.
That's right. He was praying to the wrong
Maybe it was
god
a T.
apparently that night.
Maybe it was a T.
T for
For
Tebow.
Tebow.
Yeah.
Lowercase T.
And then finally, Daniel
Disrespectful.
Cormier stepping in for John Jones, who was stripped of his title, as we well documented on this show. He ran north after running up a hill and grabbing his money, but not his weed.
Stupid.
Haiku Hank would punish him for that.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Cormier becomes the new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world.
Nice.
As he took all the punishment Anthony Johnson could give and just dominated him from top
So
position.
what you're saying is he got punished on top by Johnson?
No. He got punished on the feet, and then he punished Johnson on top.
I
So
see.
he was the top, and Johnson was the bottom.
Johnson got
Multiple
punished.
positions, eh?
Yeah.
Sounded like a man fest. Didn't it?
Yeah.
So he became the light heavyweight champion of the world, and at the post-fight press conference, basically with John Jones not around, he has a title challenger, and before this fight, he was supposed to fight Ryan Bader, and he took this fight instead, and Ryan Bader didn't like it, even though I would take a title fight over a Ryan Bader fight any day. And Ryan Bader showed up to the post-fight press conferences, and this is what happened at that post-fight press
I
conference.
think you did a great job explaining why you believe you deserve to be called a real champion. But I'm curious about your decision that the only post-fight statement you made in the cage was to talk about John Jones. Did you consider the fact that maybe you're giving your critics ammunition to say this guy's not the real champion?
No, because at the end of the day, I mean, you guys, I've been doing this for 5 years, and you guys know that competition drives me. I sat here 5 months ago crying in front of each and every one of you because that guy beat me. I would love to compete against him, but he's going to be away for a while, so we got to shift our focus. There's somebody else that needs his ass kicked too. I think he's around here. As Ryan Bader's ass, I'm going to beat the shit out of him next time. You keep talking, Bader. Keep talking, Bader. Keep talking. Keep talking. This guy's so disrespectful. I'm trying to fight Anthony Johnson, and Ryan Bader's writing me stupid messages on Twitter because he wants people to think that he deserves the title shot. Come on, Ryan. You can come and fight me. You should get your ass kicked like you were going to do in June. I didn't get out of any fights. Ryan, I didn't get out of any fights. Not once did I say I didn't want to fight Ryan Bader. I asked him to fight you because I just wanted an easy paycheck. I knew that I wanted to fight you. I asked to fight you multiple times, Bader. Bader, come on.
Bader is now coming
I
towards
asked
the
to fight
stage.
you. They said, Daniel, what do you want? I said, I want the easiest fight in the division. I want Ryan Bader. I want the easiest fight in the division. I want Ryan Bader. Just give me my paychecks right now, Bader. Get your ass out of here. This is my press conference. Get the fuck out of here.
Shit.
Any questions for AJ now?
This is Anthony Johnson. Any questions for Anthony?
Dave, no. Dave. Guys, what is it with Dave Schaller and when him and I are on the stage together, people are
moderator.
so disrespectful. Ryan Bader just came up here. If Dana was here, Bader would have never did that. Jones kicked Schaller's ass. Jones kicked your ass at the press conference at the MGM Grand. What is this deal? Seriously, what's up with that? Why do they disrespect Schaller in that way?
Good night, everybody. Congratulations.
Schaller, come on.
Please
Yeah,
shut the fuck up,
So Dave
everybody.
Schaller was moderating it. Usually it's Dana White up there. But so Daniel Cormier was referencing when him and Jones had a little brawl at MGM Grand when Jones kind of headbutted him. And Dave Schaller was there. And if it was Dana White, that probably never would have happened. And once again, it happened. Dave Schaller said, but people thought I was John Anik, who's an announcer for UFC who looks remarkably like. So that's why there was a little chuckle in the background.
So who was it really at the John Jones one?
It was Dave Schaller.
Oh, okay.
But he looks like John Anik, so people thought it was
So that's
John
why
Anik.
he was like, it's John Anik.
Yeah, he was laughing, and it was good.
All right.
So anyways, that's the first time ever Ryan Bader has done anything like controversial. So instead of being Darth Bader, I think he should be
Master.
Big Van Bader at the next fight with
Yeah.
come out with the mask and everything.
Yeah.
It's time. It's Bader time.
Yeah. Master Bader.
That's right.
Yep.
I think that'd be great. Anyways,
it.
moving on.
Do it, yeah.
UFC
do it,
67, or
Oh,
sorry,
wait.
UFC Fight Night 67 was this past Saturday. It was a free one. I'm sorry I wasn't here to let you know midlife.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Does UFN stand for UFC Fight Night?
It's Ultimate Fight Night.
Oh, see, I thought it was Ultimate.
Ultimate Fight Night.
So confused.
But, I mean, I don't even think UFC calls it that. I think it's just how it is portrayed through the media.
Ultimate,
so they can keep,
Ultimate Free Night.
Yeah, exactly. They usually call it UFC Fight Night, but it's the Ultimate Fight Night because it used to be the Ultimate Fighters Fight Night, basically.
Okay.
Anyways,
That's
so...
okay. I didn't have room on my DVR.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
There's too much lucha
Too much
underground.
2.5 men on there.
It was a Cosby marathon.
And some Filipino...
Must have made you tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very tired. Woke up the next morning really sore, too.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
In your ass?
Yeah.
Coffee addiction all of a sudden. Anyways, so the UFC Ultimate Fight Night 67 was in Brazil this past weekend. Carlos Condit
no.
made
Here we go.
Now, these names are easy to pronounce. I'll be okay. Carlos Condit made his return after an ACL injury from, I think it was about 15 months he was on the shelf. He fought Thiago Alves. Alves won the first round, but then Carlos Condit came out in the second round.
Derek Rose?
Yeah. Yeah, 1 round chump. Carlos Condit nailed him with a huge elbow in the second round. Like, not the normal elbow against the cage. It was he went to throw a strike and instead threw an elbow, kind of like John Jones does. I don't know if you've ever seen it, where it looks like he's going to throw a punch, but he throws an elbow instead because the guy ducks away from the punch and ducks right into the elbow. He did that, and he shattered Alves' nose. He knocked him down, and Alves' nose actually went up into his forehead slightly.
Ooh.
So
that's hot.
And then he kept hitting it like 3 or 4 times after that. Alves kind of survived for about 2 or 3 minutes, but then Carlos Condit finally put it on him, and the ref had to step in. And so the natural-born killer, Carlos Condit, makes a successful return to the UFC. I'm glad because I love Carlos Condit.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him
glad.
get back in the title picture.
I'm very
He's
glad.
throwing bows.
Yeah.
That's right. And then also on that
He
card,
arranged his face.
that's right.
Yeah.
In the fight of the night, it was Charles Oliveira in his rematch against Nick Lentz. They fought at 155 pounds about 4 years ago, and it ended with a controversial knee that was illegal by Charles Oliveira, but he was kicking his ass before that, so it's kind of like one of those things like, let's get this fight together. But every time they did, one of the guys got hurt, so they could never put it together. Well, both of them moved down to featherweight, which is 145
Sounds like my
pounds.
life.
They finally got the fight together, and it lived up to the hype. Oliveira came out, beat up Nick Lentz in the first round. Nick Lentz used his wrestling to beat up Oliveira in the second round, and then Oliveira had some nice setups to a guillotine choke that Nick Lentz wasn't getting out of, and he choked him out in the third round. Fight of the night, one of the best fights of the year so far. It's worth the watch. If you guys can get a replay of it or buy
I doubt
Fight
it.
Pass or something,
I
it's
don't
worth
think
the
I
watch.
can do that.
Sorry. He said bye? No, I'm not doing that. And then finally this weekend, Ultimate Fight Night 68. It's free.
Is it free?
It's
Oh.
free. It's in Smoothie King Center.
What?
What?
Yeah, in New Orleans,
what?
Louisiana.
Get yourself a Jamba
Say that
Juice.
again.
Yeah, Smoothie King Center. It would be sad if they didn't have a Jamba Juice there, wouldn't it? So Fox Sports 1, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Fox
7
Sports 1. Oh, Fox Sports 1.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Oh,
sports.
sorry.
All
So
right.
much cussing.
Yeah.
You're offending the listeners.
That's extra.
Yeah, sorry, ladies. Sorry for midlife's dirty mouth,
Yeah,
ladies.
sorry about that.
Yeah, for fuck's
We
sake.
got ladies
Yeah.
in the chat, man. Like, come on.
Sorry, ladies.
Tim Boach.
I didn't mean to say fuck, but I did a year
Yeah, Haiku's in there. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's his thing. That's totally his thing, dude. The main event of that fight will be Dan Henderson, a guy who's in desperate need of a win. He should probably retire at this point.
Yes.
If he can't beat Tim Boach, he fights Tim Boach. If he can't beat Tim Boach, he's done.
Can't beat Tebow?
Because Tim Boach is good, but he's a guy that Dan Henderson should put away. And if he doesn't, he's done. Also on that card, Matt Mitrione, one of the guys who talked a lot of shit about the Reebok deal. Let's see if he loses. He might be out of the UFC as he fights Ben Rothwell. You never.
Wow.
They'll use anything to get rid of guys that go against their policy. So, but then again, Matt Mitrione is a heavyweight, and they're kind of depleted there, so they might keep him around for that reason. And then probably going to be the fight of the night. Dustin Poirier, 155 pounds, will fight Yancy Medeiros. And
Yancy?
Yancy, but
Yancy.
he's Brazilian. Give him a break. His parents didn't know that in English that's a girl name.
Oops.
And that is the fighting news.
I'm sorry to all of our listeners. I did not mean to interrupt his paper ripping.
Yeah, come on, man.
There's nothing we want more than you to rip up the fucking paper.
You don't
That's what
know
I
you
live for.
you don't
The
know
end
you
of-
need it until it's the end of MMA, and you're like, "Where's the paper rip?"
No, it's more like 2 minute 10. It's like, please rip your paper.
Please rip
already.
that paper.
Please rip
Where's
the
that paper rip?
Jesus
I
Christ.
rule my
I might-
life one paper rip at a time.
Thanks, Ricky. Ricky Boobie. Anyways, we need to take a break because I'm out of beer over here and I got to piss. So anyways, you can find us at thecharitystrike.com. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/thecharitystrike. On the old twat box, it's at thecharitystrike, no E at the end because we're drunk. We're on Instagram, and our number is 805-419-3679. That is the number to call, text, and or text. Hey, we left some sugar titty pictures. We'll take them.
You should really end it with sext, so they know that that's what you really want.
Okay. Well, I
Now
always
they
end it with
know.
titty pictures. Right. I'm very clear on what I want. I want titty
Like,
pictures.
once again, let me reiterate.
Right.
Titty pictures, please.
Pictures of tits on a female,
Yeah.
not Caitlyn.
You think the rash of gash would do it for
would
you?
oblige. So anyways. But with that, we'll be right back, everybody.
Be back, bitches.
Hey everybody, this is Brian
And this is Tony.
from the Salty Language Podcast.
Part of Podgods Network. Check us out, saltylanguage.com.
We're a podcast about two old-time friends just sitting around and talking about what